time for the Food and Wine Festival.
Holiday edition.
Hey there, Ma'am Fam. The International Festival of the Holidays has once again returned to EPCOT.
We are here today to experience all of the holiday fun that this Yuletide festival has to offer, from the exclusive entertainment to all of the holiday eats. Let's get ho-ho hoppin' to it. Let's ho-ho go. Get your passports, get your shaky Jamaica. It's Christmas.
Ho, ho, hop to it.
Come on, or no cheeses for your Mises. The EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays kicked off today, Black Friday, November 28th, and is EPCOT's shortest festival. It only runs until December 30th, so New Year's Eve. But it does pack a lot of holly jolly fun into that short month-long festival. I really like this festival because it feels like classic EPCOT in the edutainment aspect of things. I like learning about different countries' traditions this time of year as you move through World Showcase. And of course, I like eating a lot of cookies. But before we get to eating cookies, gotta pick up a Festival of the Holidays passport when you walk into the park. This has got all of the menus in it, including a QR code to the allergy guide should you need that. But most importantly, this has the cookie stroll in the back. So they do have a digital version of this on the app, but I much prefer having a physical one. And of course, we got to get our gift cards.
Okay, gift cards have been acquired. As always, we do this for every festival. We asked you, the Ma'am Fam, how much we should budget for each of us. And you said between $100 and $149 for Festival of the Holidays. So Molly and I both have a gift card for $149. That's right, not $150 each, $149. We're keeping it exact. So we're gonna head into the festival and see what we can acquire.
While picking up our gift cards, we also took a look at the Olaf's Holiday Tradition Expedition, which is the scavenger hunt for this festival. It is $11.99, and you can pick it up at any of the Disney-owned merchandise shops. Then throughout the park, you're going to search for Olaf and match the sticker to where he's located, showcasing different holiday traditions. And once you're done, you can bring it back to one of the redemption locations and get a prize. The prize this year, cute little frozen plates. You get to pick which one is your favorite. I know I'd go for the Kristoff Sven one. But I really like these scavenger hunts because they're a fun way to get the kids excited to walk around and look in each of the different pavilions and around the park, while maybe the big kids get to enjoy a libation or a tasty snack.
Speaking of treats, we're actually going to be skipping the first spot. And that location is Connections Cafe with the Figment Liege waffle. We've had it in years past. It is quite tasty with a nice sugary exterior, but I'm more interested in headed to Communicore Hall, where there is the experimental prototype cookies of tomorrow, with what looks to be quite a unique selection of cookies.
While Alan is in the quite long line for cookies, we're going to go look at this giant cookie right here because they have brought back the gingerbread Spaceship Earth right here. And I love that it lights up just like Spaceship Earth. And I just noticed something. There's a little icon on it right here, which looks like the American Adventure Pavilion. I wonder if they have icon. Oh, and look, that looks like China up there. I think they have the icons that are up on these banners all over the, oh, look, here's another one. That's Norway down there, the Stave Church. They've got all of the different countries represented on here, which is really cool. Also here in Communicore Hall, you can meet the jolly man himself. Santa Claus is here throughout the day, and you can get a little card on your way into queue where you can write down your holiday wishes, and Santa will make sure he puts them in his bag. So if you want to meet Santa this time of year, here's where you go in EPCOT. Also in here, we do have some merchandise, including the all-new Festival of the Holidays collection. So while we wait for Alan to get those cookies, let's go ahead and do a rapid-fire merch tour. And I gotta tell y'all, there is one inspiration for the merchandise this year for this festival, and it is Figment in his holiday sweater. We've got holiday sweater Figment spear jersey, holiday sweater Figment ears, holiday Figment sweater purse, holiday Figment sweater blanket, holiday Figment sweater ornament, holiday Figment sweater plush, holiday Figment sweater long sleeve t-shirt for pass holders only, holiday Figment sweater mug, and of course, Figment's holiday sweater. They may have a few more things over at Creation Shop, but from what I've seen online, this is the majority of the collection. And I gotta say, I think it's pretty cute. I can't believe it took Disney this long to capitalize on Figment's holiday sweater, but I do enjoy this merchandise, especially the ears. All right, well, that cookie line took so long that we have turned this into our first Double Booth Boogie. Thank you. And I went to Favorites of Festivals Past, which has, as the name would suggest, food items from festivals past. And
what?
Picked up the brown sugar and mustard glazed ham sliders with cranberry and apple coleslaw and a Hawaiian roll. We had these last year, and I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, they were good but not great, so I hope they've improved this year. From the experimental prototype cookies of tomorrow, Alan picked up the ginger molasses cookie with cream cheese icing and went off book here with the beer flight made of the Ivanhoe Park Brewing Company Frosted Gingerbread White Stout, the Gulfstream Brewing Baking Spirits Bright Gingerbread Red Ale, and the Crooked Can Brewing Company Gingerbread Bock. Shout out Crooked Can. Actually, all these are local breweries, but real shout out to Crooked Can, which I've been to many times. And we're going to start our first feast.
Very, very difficult to handle on a King's Hawaiian roll. All right, here we are. This is a very simple but very familiar dish, at least to me. I grew up in a family that had a bunch of King's Hawaiian rolls. In fact, my grandmother used to call them King's Hawaiian rolls because that's just how she pronounced the word. They're slightly sweet, a little pineapple-y. The slaw helps break up a lot of that rich, thick, because there's a thick cut of ham on here. The ham is nice with a sweet glaze on the exterior. This is just a nice sort of like savory, sweet combo with some freshness, some brightness coming in from the slaw. I mean, this is nothing that's going to change your life, but it does feel homey.
And I will be trying our first cookie of the day. This is our first stamp on the cookie stroll, which is the crawl for this festival. Basically, if you buy any 5 cookies that are on the stroll, it can be 5 of the same one, 5 different cookies, doesn't have to be all on the same day. Get a stamp for each cookie, and then once you're done, you get rewarded for eating cookies by getting another cookie. I love eating to get more food. And we're gonna try this one, which is a new cookie this year. It's very soft. Ooh. I love ginger. Very good. That's a good cookie.
Oh, yeah.
The cream cheese icing is very good. It's a little too much for me, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna scrape it off for the rest of my cookie. It's very good. It's just, I don't like super sweet things. The ginger cookie, though, is fantastic. It's all the good flavors of a ginger snap, but a nice, moist cookie. You've got that ginger, nutmeg, molasses flavor. This cookie's coming to play. This could top the list this year. And now it's...
Sorry, we're backlit, and we both started saying different things at the same time.
We're gonna roll with it. Beer flight time.
I'll start with a white stout.
That's not the one I wanted at all. I'm gonna try...
Oh, I didn't think you would want that.
No, I'm gonna go for the gingerbread bock.
Cheers. Bink.
Ooh. I actually like that a lot.
I don't get a lot of tasting of gingerbread from that. But for a stout, it's not as heavy. It doesn't linger on the palate super long. But you do taste gingerbread a lot. And not like ginger, you taste gingerbread.
This one is a very nice lighter beer. It reminds me of a Heineken. But then on the back end, you get just a little bit of sweetness. I'm not tasting super ginger specifically, but just a little bit of like warm sweetness on the back end. But it's quite easy sippable beer. This
is wild. Baking Spirits Bright. You just taste a whole lot of like mulling spices that has been turned into a red ale.
Yeah.
So imagine you're drinking like a mulled wine, but it's not wine. It's a carbonated beer.
That's fascinating. What's your ranking of these beers?
I'm gonna go. Actually, I didn't try the Bock yet. Hold please.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, I go. Oh yeah, that's not my favorite. I do white stout 1, gingerbread red ale 2, gingerbread Bock 3.
There you go. But overall, a pretty good flight. Very holiday themed, very unique. I feel like I'm trying something new here.
I do. I have to say, for the first cookie and first flight of the day, they're coming in hot.
Bar's high so far. Good job, EPCOT. Also right here in Communal Core Plaza, Joyful is returning. This is one of my favorite things about the festival. This is a gospel choir that sings a bunch of great songs for both Christmas and Kwanzaa, as well as just some really fun gospel soul-inspired songs. They do a little Jackson 5. They do a little Stevie Wonder. They are fantastic. The live entertainment at this festival truly is a highlight, and to me, these are a can't-miss act.
But now we are headed into the Imagination Pavilion because we have to ride Journey into the Imagination with Figment. Now, the ride itself has not changed. It is still the same old ride that you'd expect, but it has been given one drastic improvement, and that is that Figment is wearing a holiday sweater, which is heckin' adorable. He truly is the reason for the season here at Epcot, and as such, we are required to go and visit him. Skunk smell and all.
Hello? Who is this?
It's Figment!
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination. Woohoo! You win 1 cent.
Figment, don't!
We'll do it at my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody. With just a spark of inspiration.
We just got off the ride, and oh my good golly gosh, we have found Figment, the meet and greet, but he is wearing his holiday sweater. The cuteness extends out of the attraction and into the meet and greet location. Oh, what a fun dragon. What a whimsical dragon now.
All right, well, Holiday Sweater Figment is adorable, and he's there all day this time of year. I do think it's a little interesting that the sweater Figment wears in the meet and greet and on the ride are a different color than the merchandise. But, okay, let's go with that, and let's head into World Showcase to keep eating.
Continuing our stroll towards the World Showcase, we are passing Chestnuts and Good Cheer Holiday Kitchen. The only thing you can get here are cinnamon glazed nuts, either almonds, cashews, or pecan, and some fire roasted chestnuts, and I do not want these nuts. You can also pick up some eggnog if you wish, either adult or non. But if you do want to try these nuts, they are freshly roasting them here, just outside of the booth itself, which I think is very cool. Those are the chestnuts right there, roasting on an open fire, just as the song would suggest. However, I don't think the song specifies that there is a metal grate below the fire and the chestnuts themselves. That's fine. That's just technology, folks. Modern improvements of life, making our days and roasting easier. Oh, folks, the most important area here is the festive fragrances, where they have a massive set of different scents that you can walk about and sniff. I believe that's peppermint.
I find it so weird that Disney has an MLM exhibit in their holiday celebrations, but we will smell things on your behalf, Man Fam, because there's nothing more fun than watching people smell stuff.
Kind of smells like citrus and mulled spices. Like somewhat akin to the oranges that used to fly over in the groves in Soarin'. But we have stopped by the Noche Buena Cocina to pick up another cookie for the cookie stroll alongside the Pan de Jamon. This is traditional Latin Christmas bread, rolled ham, raisins, and green olives. The cookie, though, is the cinnamon spice chocolate crinkle cookie.
They got some nice tunes over here. All right. It looks like it has cheese in the bread, which you know I'm into. I want to get all the flavor. This is pretty good. I like the bread a lot. It's soft and it has some cheese baked into it. It's also like a little bit sweet. And then you've got some salty ham, but not overly salty. And I really like the brininess coming in through the olive. What I'm personally not crazy about is the raisin. It just feels to me a little out of place, but it's not bad. It's just not for me. But overall, I think this is a fun dish and I would absolutely try this. I actually would try this over the slider just because this is more unique to me personally.
And I shall try the cookie. First, the break test. Okay. Now it's far more dense than the gingerbread. This is very rich, like dense, moist chocolate, but it's not super sweet because it's cut by the cinnamon. I thought that the icing was going to be too sweet, but it's actually not. It's really sort of mild. These first two cookies have come to play. Once more, Molly and I have ventured to two distinct booths for a double booth boogie holiday edition. Feliz Navi booth. All right, Molly went to World Showcase where she picked up the liquid nitrogen chocolate peppermint mousse featuring M&M's Holiday Mint chocolate candies. And I traveled to the Mele Kaliki Maka Holiday Kitchen and picked up the kalua pork with coconut, sweet potatoes, and a mango salad, the coffee mocha cookie topped with coffee-infused buttercream cocoa nibs and chocolate-covered espresso beans. And the Maui Brewing Company Mango Sticky Rice IPA out of Hawaii, which is Kihei, Hawaii. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, folks. I'm excited to try. Let's dig in. I think it is very cool that they will make this right in front of you as they drop things into a delicious bit of liquid nitrogen to freeze. It's a big bite. I'm committed. Texturally, that is somewhere between fudge and ice cream. Very minty, incredibly chocolatey, and I love the texture contrast with the M&Ms. I think without that, it'd be really one note. Listen, if you're a mint and chocolate lover, this is gonna be right up your alley.
I'm gonna try the pork, which in years past has reminded me of a like deconstructed version of the slider that is Alan's favorite at Food and Wine. Let's get a little of all this. I mean, it's delicious. The Kahlua pork is so moist, which sometimes is not the case with pork. And you can tell it's been marinated in some pineapple juice because it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. Then you've also got the fresh pineapple right here. But the sweet potatoes are fantastic. Nice and creamy, adding some textural contrast and a little bit of the natural sweetness of a sweet potato with the pork. Like, this is an A+ savory dish. And it's the first savory we've had that's a little unusual.
Ever since seeing the name of this beer on the menu, I have noted it to try, so I'm very excited. That's fascinating and delicious. So right off the bat, this tastes a little bit more akin to, at least in the first tasting, like a West Coast IPA. So it's really pine forward, but it ends very soft. It ends almost like a sake would end, where it's like it's sort of the hoppiness fades away into this very light floral flavor. This is really very refreshing, which I'd rarely say for an IPA. Wow.
No surprise, I will be reviewing the coffee cookie. This is a returning item and one of my favorites in previous festivals, so I'm excited it's back. It is my great misfortune to share with you that this cookie's not very good anymore. It does not taste like coffee at all. In fact, Mama Mammoth is here off camera. She doesn't like coffee and tried it and said she couldn't taste any coffee, and she would be the one who could taste it more distinctly, I think, than either Alan or I. The cookie itself, not very soft like the previous two cookies have been, and the buttercream is a really good texture, but just doesn't taste like anything but sugar. The cookie's dry. I'm saddened right now. Stopped to admire the tree as well as get some stupendous magic shots, as you're now seeing. And I think these snow globe ornaments are new this year. They've always had the ornaments that have the different flags on them, but the snow globes match the decor we saw inside Communicore Hall. And I think those are a fun addition. This tree is always beautiful, but it's especially beautiful at night.
We swung by Los Posadas Holiday Kitchen, and there are sparse tables in the vicinity. So you know what time it is, folks? It is trash can table time. It's trash can table time. Ba-ba-da.
Feliz Navidad.
Trash can table time. Ba-ba-da. Bum, bum. Trash can table time. Do-do-do-do. Trash can table time.
From Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen, we have picked up the tostada de carne, which is topped with braised beef tips, this is written in a crazy way. I'm going to read it to you the way it's written, so you know I don't sound ridiculous. Huh? Braised beef tips, slowly cooked Mexican style across...
Can you read it?
Can I read it? Braised beef tips, slowly cooked Mexican style atop a fried corn tortilla with black beans, crispy onions, and queso fresco.
Well done.
I did it. As well as the tamal de pollo con mole, which is shredded chicken and mole in a corn masa topped with mole negro, queso fresco, crema mexicana, slivered almonds, and sesame seeds. These are similar to dishes they've done in the past, but these are slightly different, and Mexico usually bangs, so I'm pretty excited to try it. Ooh, that bangs so good. First of all, the tostada is light and fresh. You can tell it was house-made, not stale, which can happen with tostadas. It's crispy and crunchy, but not too heavy. Tons of black beans, which I love. Nice and creamy style. And you've got that really well-cooked, really juicy, moist beef in there that is just falling apart, perfectly flavored. Little saltiness from the queso fresco and a little extra crunch from the onions, all with your traditional Mexican spices like cumin and garlic. This is A+.
Right off the bat, very flaky exterior with the corn masa. I didn't eat the chicken, so I get some without tearing all of it out. I'm a really big fan of this mole. This, you have all of that depth of flavor that's made more rich by the chocolate that's added to mole. Has some nuttiness and then some slight pepperiness coming from both the dried and the fresh peppers that were used in this. The masa on the outside is nice and flaky. It's not thick or like overpressed. The only negative, unfortunately, is going to be the chicken, which I think is seasoned very well. It is very, very rich, but it's also, sadly, dry. Which can happen. It's just sad to see when everything else on this dish is really, really tasty to me.
We find ourselves in the Odyssey Pavilion now, which throughout the year for the various festivals gets turned into a themed environment. This year it is home to the Glittering Grove, which is brought to you by Balsam Hill. And this is a beautiful tree display where they've got different kinds of beautifully decorated Christmas trees, but none of that actually matters because this is also where you can meet Santa Goofy. He's not always been a part of Festival of the Holidays, but boy, am I glad he's here today throughout the whole festival, because actually in years past, he doesn't come out until Christmas because Santa's very, very busy and then very, very much on vacation. So Goofy takes over for the last few days of the festival, but I'm glad he's here the whole time this season. Also inside here is Holiday Hearth. I do this every year. Holiday Hearth desserts, where they have a variety of different sweets as well as a couple of flights. We've had the apple crumb cake in the past, and it's pretty good, but I think I'm saving my sweet tooth for more cookies. So we have picked up the hard cider flight, which has a Brillo, not like the pad.
BRLO.
Winter hard cider. So General Winter. Keel Farms Yukon Maple Bourbon Hard Cider. Keel Farms is the winery down the road from Dinosaur World.
That's true.
And Three Daughters Brewing Peppermint Hard Cider. I do like Three Daughters in St. Pete, but we're going to try these. I'm going to try the Yukon Maple Bourbon Cider flat.
I'm going to try the Peppermint Hard Cider. Cheers.
Have you ever wanted to pour a bunch of maple syrup into apple juice? Because if so, I've got the drink for you.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. That's not peppermint. That's General Winter.
Is that peppermint?
Yeah.
Does it taste like toothpaste?
I can't wait for you to try it. Why is it sour?
I'm upset. You know, that's not the best cider I've ever had, but it is the worst cider I've ever had. We got this over the beer flight because the flavors were more interesting, and I have regrets.
My cheeks hurt.
Let's be professionals and review these now. This tastes like apple cider and maple syrup had a baby. This tastes like toothpaste, apple cider, and a sour Skittle had a baby.
And the Winter Hard Cider
is fine.
Just, it kind of tastes like of mulling spices, like a mulled wine, but lighter in a cider.
It kind of tastes like if apple cider was really cold. I don't know.
There's no way this
is not for me. It's too sweet. It's too artificial tasting across the board for me. But we tried something different. Oh, I should mention, if you want just a big one of any of these,
yeah,
you can.
Boy,
have
if
one
you want one,
big one,
you can get it.
Well, after a disastrous showing from the Odyssey, we are continuing around World Showcase, and one of my favorite things about this festival are the holiday storytellers. These are different small performances throughout World Showcase that share how different countries celebrate this time of year. Maybe the Los Posadas version of the Mariachi Cobre here in Mexico. You've got Père Noël in France, Father Christmas in the UK, the Chinese New Year dragon in China. Lots of fun, and I always recommend making sure you see a couple of these throughout your festival visit, because to me, this is what EPCOT's all about. And one of my personal favorite of the storytellers is happening right now. It's the Barn Santa in Norway. It's so whimsical.
A Merry Christmas season is good for me and you. I'm sung up, sung a fa-la-ra-la-ra. Depends on whether you live in a big, fancy city, or like me, on one of our wonderful Norwegian farms. And he is guardian of our farm animals and of our welfare. And it is believed he looks like, you know what? He kind of looks like this stuffed little toy here. Yes, so round and cute. Now,
we have made it into China, where they have one of my favorite storytellers of the festival, which is the Chinese New Year dragon. Always a highlight. And we've also visited the Shanghai Holiday Kitchen, where Alan has picked up a new dish and it looks fantastic.
This is the barbecue char siu pork fried rice with Chinese la cheng sauce, egg, yellow onion, green onion, and some sesame seeds on top. For the char siu first. So the fried rice itself is fairly standard fried rice. Good, garlicky, a little sweet, sweeter than I'd normally expect from fried rice, but that's definitely coming from the barbecue sauce on the char siu. The pork is super tender. I think it's a little fattier, but that's to be expected of barbecue. The fat is sort of melted throughout the meat, where it's moist, which is nice. I always get worried with pork that it's going to be dry. And this barbecue sauce over top is just lightly sweet, with just the slightest hint of that umami sesame coming in. Very tasty. I think this is a great addition. All right, we picked up some food from the refreshment outpost en route to Germany. Molly is fending off the birds over there. Here we have the spiced shrimp stew with jollof rice and the Ivanhoe Park Brewing Company Florida Ginger Snap Lager.
We didn't get a lot of descriptors of this other than spiced shrimp. So, considering refreshment outpost is like vaguely Africa, the continent, not a country. Okay, I've got good news and I also have news. The news is that the rice is pretty good. It's not the best rice I've ever had, but it's not terrible. It's actually spiced pretty well. Tastes a little fluffier than the rice we just had, and it's got a good flavor profile. Little coriander, little turmeric, little clove, little garlic, like spiced pretty well, and different than what we just had with the fried rice. The shrimp is that same flavor profile, but unfortunately, the shrimp does not taste good. And I don't just mean like it doesn't taste good. I mean, it is very fishy, which to me is a sign that maybe it's not the best shrimp. So unfortunately, that is a no from me, but it could just be today because the flavor profile is great, but the shrimp is not.
And I'm going to be trying the beer. The easiest way I can describe it is as if a very light Heineken has been spiced with ginger. And so if that is a flavor profile you enjoy, you are really going to find this delightful. It's very light, very refreshing, very bright, and a little bit spiced towards the back of your palate. I think it's a great beer.
Made it into Germany, where they have a new storyteller this year. It is a puppet show aimed at kids. Caught a few moments of it, but mostly I got to meet Bo the Badger afterwards, which was very exciting. But I think if you've got little ones, it would be worth a viewing. Oh, he's so skilled.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we swung by Bavaria Holiday Kitchen, which had a very, very long line, which is when I remind you to always pack those patient pants when you're coming to the festival, especially opening day, which we normally try not to do, but we've got some fun travel plans tomorrow. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, we have gotten 3 dishes here. We've got the pork schnitzel, which is breaded and fried pork dish served with mushroom sauce, spatzel, and braised red cabbage. We've got another cookie on the cookie stroll. This is a favorite of mine, the Linzer cookie with raspberry jam, one of my favorites every year. And let's hope it doesn't disappoint us like the coffee cookie. But most importantly, the reason for the season, friends, hot cheese. You got cheese fondue in a bread bowl with steamed baby vegetables and marbled potatoes. There's hot cheese at every festival, and this is Festival of the Holidays. Now, normally, I just pick this bowl up and eat it, but it does seem like the cheese is a little liquidier this year, so I think instead I will be more civilized and actually dip the bread in like you're supposed to. Best of the fest. Woo! It is so good. It's got that nice sharp flavor, but it's not as stinky as the raclette was during Food and Wine if you enjoyed that. Little bit nutty, little bit peppery. This is great bread. It's hot cheese. It's what could be bad. And also, 3 vegetables for health. Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, that's great. The pork itself is perfectly breaded. All the breading is stuck to the pork that is still moist on the inside. This mushroom sauce over top is very earthy, but it also has that snap of vinegar coming through, which really counteracts the richness of the fried pork. And then below, you have your additional accoutrement, the spatzel, which is just sort of a light pasta style, and some cabbage, which has been ever so lightly coated in vinegar. So it's this very savory vinegar combo that plays off each other really well throughout the entirety of the dish. That keeps it all super balanced. Yeah, this is a phenomenal, very hearty dish that is 100% going on my best of the best.
All right, can Germany go 3 for 3 with the hazelnut raspberry Linzer? It's so cute with the little Mickey on it. Ooh, so good. It's fantastic. I'm not tasting a lot of hazelnut. I think that's in the cookie itself. When I hear hazelnut, I immediately assume chocolate hazelnut, aka Nutella. That's not what this is, if you assume that too. The cookie itself is a nice shortbread texture cookie with that hazelnut flavor and some of those kind of wintry autumnal spices. And then you've got the raspberry jam in there, which is fantastic. It does not taste artificial in the nicest way possible. This is like the fancy cookie version of a really good Pop-Tart. And with the coffee cookie betraying me in such a way, this one's back in the top spot. This is amazing.
You know it's not a festival if we don't stop by the tiny village and tiny train station here in Germany, where they have completely decorated this space for the holidays, including the specific posters for the International Festival of Holidays on the streets. Now, while you might think that's all well and good and cute, oh look, the train! Anyway, while you might think that is all well and cute, I am on the search for a tiny little drunken citizen. Oh, another train. Anyway, oh my gosh, there are people on the train? How have I never seen that before? Anyway, now time to look for an inebriated person. There's two, where are they?
And it may be his clothes, but one of them looks naked.
Oh my, oh. They have fallen out of the bench.
No, I think that guy's nude.
The town streaker? Oh
The
no.
town streaker.
Oh, goodness.
They went too hard in the glühwein.
They did.
So friendly reminder, everyone. I was gonna say friendly reminder, kids, but I'm hopefully not talking to the kids right now.
Martin, keep your clothes on.
If you're gonna do that, Sven and Martin, don't drive.
Yeah. Well, they clearly aren't. They can't
I hope
operate.
not.
They can't operate their
Take the
feet,
train.
much less the vehicle.
Take the train.
You know what? Public transportation is important.
Another thing you may see decorated for the holidays, but hopefully not passed out from inebriation, are the Disney characters. Alan did not expect me to say that.
Have you seen Goofy recently?
You know what, new Goofy? Something's happening. But throughout EPCOT this time of year, the characters you know and love may have a little holiday flair to their outfits, so make sure you check that out.
Now, our next stop would be Italy, but we're not stopping here.
You're still in timeout, Italy.
Indefinite timeout.
You know what you've done. Made it to the American Adventure, where we have the Gardens Theater, which hosts the Candlelight processional. This is a holiday tradition for many, as you're going to have a celebrity narrator accompanied by choirs made of both high school students and cast members as they tell the story of Jesus. This year, narrators include folks like Susan Egan, Jordan Fisher, Gary Sinise, Brendan Fraser. Hopefully someone will bring them a cup of coffee. And if you're looking for a more traditional religious-based holiday entertainment, this is the show for you. Now, some narrators draw very large crowds, so while there are 3 shows a night and you can join the standby line, if you'd like to guarantee a seat for your favorite narrator, you can do so by either doing the quick service dining plan right here at Regal Eagle. That is available first come, first serve only, but you will get a quick service meal and a voucher for reserved seating. There's also a dining package at the table service restaurants that varies in price based on which restaurant you're going to, where again, you'll get a voucher for a reserved seat. For me personally, who's not super religious, this isn't a must-do during this time of year, because also I think the show's a little bit long, but I know for other people, this is their favorite thing at the festival. And again, if you want to guarantee a good seat, you might want to look into those dining packages. A little more my speed at this time of year are the Dickens Carolers inside the American Adventure building. These are the Voices of Liberty, but in their traditional caroling outfits, and they sing holiday songs. It's really, really fantastic. Their voices make me cry every time, so that's a must-do for me at the festival. The Voices of Liberty, just incredible. But I think the real question here is, which of us would look better in this hat? please let us know in the comments. But in the meantime, Alan picked up this frozen gingerbread eggnog from Regal Eagle.
I would not look good in that hat. Cheers.
Don't doubt yourself.
So it doesn't really taste strongly of that molasses ginger flavor. That sort of comes in at the tail end. Eggnog is, on the face of it, a very strong flavor profile, with that nutmeg really charging the way. Eggnog is also quite thick. This is made even thicker because it has been frozen. So Molly's life hack strategy of taking those Joffrey straws with you is the way, because I cannot imagine this straw doing much work with the thickness of this confirmed. Wow, that made my head hurt. Overall, if you enjoy eggnog, I think you're going to like this. There's nothing like crazy different about the flavor profile, but it's nice and frozen and very seasonal.
Waiting for Alan to grab our bites at the American holiday table. And another thing I love about this festival is the decorations. Each of the different World Showcase pavilions are decorated a little bit differently with something that is important this time of year to that country. For example, we're in the American Adventure right now, and so you've got a very traditional looking tree with poinsettias, and then you have pineapples, which can mean many things, but I'm assuming in this case, pineapples are often a sign of welcome, of hospitality. And then you'll see in the UK, you'll see things like holiday poppers on their garland. In France, you're gonna see those big ornaments with iconic places in Paris. So when you're going through EPCOT this time of year, make sure you take a close look at the decorations because they're stunning.
We have stopped by the American holiday table at the American Adventure to pick up the slow roasted turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, and cranberry sauce. The final of the holiday cookie in our cookie stroll, but I'm not saying it's the final cookie we're gonna eat. I'm saying it's the 5th stamp that we need to get. You can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna eat as many cookies as I want on my stroll. Anyway, this is the chocolate cookie featuring Snickers bar pieces and salted caramel, alongside the beer flight composing of Crooked Can Brewing Company Bah Hot Bug IPA, Three Daughters Brewing Eggnog White Porter, and the Victory Brewing Company Chocolate Cherry Stout.
So I call this like express Thanksgiving dinner, basically. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of turkey. We didn't even eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Alan made steak, but let's try this. Is it on my fifth?
It's on your face.
That's actually pretty good. Normally I find turkey to be really dry, but it's not. The gravy's nice, hearty, savory flavor. Not, it's not super exciting flavor-wise, but it's very traditional. Let's get in here with some stuffing. I mean, there's no stovetop, but it's good. Herby. I got a little cranberry on there, which added some tartness to break that up. Some mashed taters. That has a lot of cranberry on it. Buttery and delicious, and now a green bean. Those are pretty boring, and I like my green beans to have more snap than those do, and butter. And honestly, cans of cream of mushroom and French onion on top, because I want this to be a casserole, but they're fine. Overall, this is, if you want to know what American Thanksgiving dinner is like, here it is. So again, not something super unique if you're used to eating this, but if you want to try it, it's a good serving, and everything's pretty good to above average.
Okay, I have high hopes for this cookie. It looks quite appetizing. With the caramel, they have flaky salt on top and Snickers pieces. But the Snickers pieces are in the middle, so this really does require a break. Oh my God. Oh, there's caramel underneath the Snickers pieces. That is indulgent. I am so thankful for the salt on top. Otherwise, this would be so incredibly sweet. While this is not my favorite cookie that I've had, it is the most indulgent of them. It feels and tastes very rich. So dense chocolate flavor, a little bit of peanut coming from that Snickers bar, a ton of caramel, and a nice flaky salt on top. Yeah, it's a good cookie.
Beer time.
I will start with the chocolate cherry because I know that you will probably not enjoy that.
I'm starting with the Bah Hot Bug. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, there's a flavor.
This is first and foremost a stout, so it is a meal. It's very heavy. You taste the chocolate very strongly, and then it comes in on the sort of like tail end of the flavor profile with the cherry sweetness. If you are a stout fan, you're gonna love that beer.
I think this tastes like drinking cologne. If Axe body spray was a beer, it would be this one. Because it tastes piney, like the manly part of something like Axe body spray or Old Spice, but also like perfume. So
That eggnog white porter tastes nothing like eggnog and tastes everything like the smoke coming off a grill.
yeah, I actually like that. That's pretty thick. I don't think I could drink more than that small cup.
You are so right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This beer flight is for someone, but that someone is not me.
What is that?
It's bad. Yeah, this is not a great beer flight. For me, I don't like thick, dark beers, and both the darker beers are too heavy, and then that one is drinking Axe body spray, so
I don't hate it.
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Everything's for someone.
Leaving the American adventure, walking into Japan, and we are ignoring the funnel cake gazebo because this specialty funnel cake is a red velvet cookie funnel cake, which is exactly what I want. Red velvet cake, a cake that is inherently delightful. And then you're gonna just pour rings of it into hot grease so that it might be coated and covered and absolutely sopping. No, I refuse to put one of my favorite cakes through that type of torture. Leaving more for folks who do want to enjoy it. Good for you.
Let the record reflect that Alan does not represent all of us when it comes to funnel cake. The end. But also, I don't want to try it because it looks really sweet. Konnichiwa from Japan, where the storyteller here is the Daruma storyteller to talk about Japanese holiday traditions.
And this is why the Daruma is a symbolic reminder for the Japanese of patience and persistence through the ups and downs in life. As we say, Nana Kurowiya Oki, which means literally knock down 7 times, get up 8. You see, it always comes back to the upright position, no matter how hard it's knocked over.
And of course, we picked up some goodies from Shiwasu Holiday Kitchen. We have our traditional sushi tree roll here. This is a Christmas tree-shaped sushi roll with crab meat, crab with a K, cream cheese, garnished with spicy mayo, and colorful rice pearls, as well as a new item this year, the strawberry bun. This is a soft pink dessert bao containing sweet strawberry cream filling, finished with a light coconut sauce, and the sweet cast member was drawing on all the different ones. She drew a bow on ours, a Mickey on Tim's in front of us, and I just thought that was a nice touch. Very, very Japanese to add a little kawaii to the dish.
Cheers. That tastes like a high-quality California roll. Crab with a K. So it's not super fishy. You just get the very lightest taste of crab. What I mostly get is the spicy mayo and the very fresh, sweet rice. And that's hard to complain about. I really enjoy this. And it's also whimsical. Points for whimsy. It's in the shape of a Christmas tree.
Pro tip, ask for soy sauce because they had it behind in the booth. But also, one note on the tree, I feel like it's very approachable sushi. Like if you've never tried sushi before, it's not a huge portion, and also it's very simple, classic flavors, nothing too overwhelming or raw fish or something. But now, the bun.
You ruined the bow.
I didn't expect it to be warm. You know, I don't think that's bad. I just think it's not for me. Because I don't care for artificial fruit flavor, and I do think this teeters on an artificial strawberry flavor. I'm also personally not crazy about the fact that the filling is a warm, kind of gooey custard texture as opposed to a cold one. The bun is fantastic. The bun is perfect, slightly sweet. I do like the light coconut sauce. So I think this would be perfect for I think kids would like this. I think if you don't mind a slightly artificial strawberry flavor, it's gonna be for you. It's just not for me, and that's all right.
Continuing along, we pass through Morocco, which we're not going to be stopping by. There is Tangerine Cafe here, which I suppose is technically classified as a festival booth at this point. And I do want to highlight the dips there are incredible. We're not going to get them this time, but those are sort of known factor, very tasty as a treat, and would recommend getting them if you'd like to try something that is both light and very fresh. We stopped by L'Chaim Holiday Kitchen and picked up the pastrami on rye with house-made pickles and a deli mustard alongside the Mickey-shaped almond black and white cookie. That's right. We finished the stroll, but that's not enough for me. We need another cookie. I wish you saw what I saw right now. And that is just how much... Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you. Because this is hilarious.
Just working on my leg strength.
Yep, that's right. Leg strength is happening.
So those bar classes are paying off.
Okay, pastrami on rye time.
What time is it?
Pastrami on rye. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of this. In the past, has been very good.
Hey, Alan, how's the mustard?
Pretty good.
You look like a little kid. You're sitting.
Hi, this is my sandwich. I think the pastrami itself is very good. It tastes very fresh. You can taste a lot of the spices that are used to preserve it. And I generally think it's a pretty good serving. Not as much of a serving size as there has been in the past. There's a little bit less meat. Plenty of that delicious deli mustard. And the rye bread is a marbled rye, and you get a ton of that rye flavor coming through. So if you're not a fan of rye bread, again, this is not going to be for you. It was toasted, and I think just by virtue of the fact that they're prepping a lot of these, this was probably one that had been prepped a little bit ago just because of how the bread was sort of like toasted and then seems to have sat for a bit. But all that said, I think the pastrami itself is very, very tasty.
Cookie time. Now, in the past, this has been a plant-based cookie. It is not this year, but I'm excited to try it. Speaking of plant-based, if you are a plant-based eater and looking for a review of the plant-based dishes, not only at the festival, but around the parks, Vegan Disney Food, Savannah's awesome. Make sure to follow her. She will tell you how to handle the festival and like what modifications can be made and things like that. Also, if you're gluten-free Disney World, Gina, who runs that account, is awesome. We often get asked to do content like that, but since we're not experts in that field, we always like to pass it over to the people that know what they're talking about when it comes to dietary needs. But anyway, cookie time. I'm gonna bite right. Normally I go for an ear when I eat a Mickey-shaped object, but I want to try both the black and white icing at the same time. That's pretty tasty. It's not quite as soft as I associate with the black and white cookie, but it's a very good, just kind of standard, not a particular flavor cookie, almost as if you made like a chocolate chip cookie dough but didn't add chocolate chips to it. And then the unique flavors come from the icing, where the brown side is actually chocolate and the white side, this one has got like the slightest hint of some almond extract in there, which I really like that flavor. So overall, a very cute, simple, and delicious cookie.
Hava, Nagila Hava, Nagila Hava, Nagila Ve'nismecha. Hava, Nagila Hava, Nagila Hava, Nagila Ve'nismecha. During Hanukkah, we eat foods cooked in oil to remember the oil that kept the candles burning. And then the sun sets and the house gets quiet. That's when it's time to light the menorah. As the youngest male of the house, it was my responsibility to light the candles. On the first evening, I light 2 candles. The first is the shamash. That's the attendant candle, the one set above the others. The shamash is used to light all the other candles because the shamash reminds us of the good that we bring to others. We repeat that ritual for 8 more nights. Each night we light 1 more candle till all 8 candles burn bright. Light the first of 8 tonight, farthest candle to the right. Light the first and the second too, when another day.
Enjoyed some of the Hanukkah Storyteller, one of my absolute favorites. And now we are here in France, where Père Noël has arrived. That's very lovely.
Super! Let's meet the Christmas time. Oh, nice to meet all the time. Madame, we French are no different. Nasty.
And from the holiday kitchen here in France, Le Marche de Noël holiday kitchen, we've picked up a couple of treats, including the macaron de Noël à épices, which is a large gingerbread macaron with spiced filling, as well as it's getting chilly out, so some hot French mulled wine with orange and cinnamon spices sounds divine. It's like 50 something degrees, and everyone watching from somewhere colder is probably like shaking their head, but we're chilly. Ooh, but that is warming me right up. That is delicious. It's mulled wine, but it's made with delicious French red wine, so I'd say it's some of the best mulled wine I've ever had. Often mulled wine can get too sweet, but that's not the case here. You can still distinctly taste the red wine. So I'm going to guess it's some kind of cab, but I could be wrong. But the subtle notes of the fruit flavors coming through, but mostly it's nice and warm and in my hands.
I'm going to be trying this macaron. Now, while we are trying this cookie as it is new to us, you could also get just a hit here in France, which is the ice cream sandwich that they have a little bit further down in the pavilion. They are incredible. But I've got to be honest, the idea of eating an ice cream sandwich right now is, it's wholly unpleasant. So I don't really want to do that because of the temperature. And I know, I get it. Molly said it. It's only 53 degrees. That's cold. I have like reptile blood. Cheers. Oh my God. Best of the best automatically. That's phenomenal. The macaron cookie itself is gingerbread, but it's very light gingerbread. A lot of gingerbread can be super heavy because of the molasses. There you taste it, but it's not weighing you down with the cookie. The inside, the filling has all the same flavors of like a mulled wine. So you've got orange, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, but it tastes very light in that cream. This just gives you all the really comforting flavors of the holidays without the heaviness that is often associated with the dishes that have those very comforting spiced flavors. And I think it is potentially one of the best things I've eaten today. All right, we have stopped by the Yukon Holiday Kitchen where we have picked up...
Won't you join us at the booth we're currently at?
Where we picked up the beef. Molly, do you want the beef?
Bourguignon!
Perfect, thank you. The maple leaf shortbread cookie with maple buttercream and frozen Joffrey coffee with tap 357 Canadian maple rye whiskey and a flight of 3 beers, but there's only 2 beers represented here because one of the kegs is having a little bit of trouble today, and that's fine. We have the 818 Brewing Company Peanut Butter Banana Porter and the Playa Linda Brewing Company Maple Cookie Blonde Ale. Pocket fork, 'cause I had a fork in my pocket. This part is it's warm. This is very hearty. Stick to your rib style stew. You taste a ton of those earthy herbs like thyme and rosemary throughout. A little bit of sage. The vegetables are all cooked very well. The beef is fork tender where it just very easily falls apart. And the potatoes inside are cooked well. They're nice, light, and fluffy. This is very tasty. I'm confident. This does go on my best of the fest list.
Hey, Fantasyland, this is for you. And what a tasty treat. It's a shortbread. So the cookie itself isn't too sweet. It's really buttery, kind of that hard texture, but it melts in your mouth. And then the frosting on the inside is maple, but not like artificial. I think this has got to be real maple in there. Not too sweet, even though it's a cookie. The cookies today, generally, have been very good, and this one is no exception. So thank you, Canada. How about that? Now I'm going to try the Joffreys because, obviously, and whiskey and Joffreys. Hooray. Yeah, that's nice. You can distinctly taste the Joffrey's coffee. It has a very distinct roasted flavor. Like, I will know it's Joffrey's coffee, and then you've got a little bit of maple flavor coming in because it's maple whiskey. The whiskey itself is not very burny or anything. It's just subtle, not sweet at all. Obviously, it tastes more like coffee than it does whiskey, but it's very delicious. And off the beer flight, I'm trying the Cookie Blonde Ale because today I am a cookie blonde, a blonde full of cookies. All right, Canada, you are redeeming some of the other less enjoyable beers to me. That's delicious. I love a blonde ale. It's a little heavier than a lager, and it has this very distinct maple flavor, but again, not over the top, not artificial. It's just a little subtle sweetness. That's lovely.
And I'm having the peanut butter banana porter because I'm a peanut butter banana.
Nailed it.
Yep. That is wild. That tastes distinctly like peanut butter and banana, but in a refreshing, not thick at all beverage. That's actually incredible. I'm not normally a porter enjoyer, but that is absolutely wild to me. Molly's not a fan, but that's okay. There's something for everybody. I, for one, love peanut butter and banana, and the fact that it's been combined into a bevy, I'll take it.
For the record, I don't like most banana things, so it's not the beer's fault. It's my own problem.
All right, swung by a refreshment port. Picked up some delicious items, the turkey poutine, sweet potato fries with turkey gravy, cranberry relish, and crispy onions. And when we were looking at the menus before, I saw something that I thought Molly should definitely try. It was the Keel Farm Cinnamon Sugar Donut Hard Cider. Look at how excited she is. So can't wait to dive in.
Bah humbug.
No, that was called a bah hop bug, Molly. That was one of the beers we tried earlier.
As we've seen today, I don't care for ciders usually, and we all know how I feel about donuts, so. Donuts, go nuts.
You ain't even sipping. Take a real sip.
I'm so mad at you right now.
For proof.
It is as sweet as every other cider we've had today, maybe sweeter somehow, and it tastes like amoxicillin a little bit.
Oh no!
And it's so sweet. It doesn't really give donut, thank goodness. It's so sweet. It is so unbelievably cloying, shockingly sweet. It tastes like, that's it. That's the review. Make up for that, I'm gonna eat this dish that also has large chunks of cheese on it. It's got cheese curds, which are a traditional poutine thing, but this is like Thanksgiving dinner on poutine, so that's kind of fun. You're gonna get a little turkey, or a whole bird.
An entire turkey. This is going well.
This is fantastic. This, for a lot of people, has been a festival favorite, and we often don't get it because it's expensive and we're doing the budget thing, but we're actually doing pretty well with our budget. But I love sweet potato fries, and they're good sweet potato fries. And you got the big cheese curds on there, which are pretty mild in flavor, but add a good texture and that kind of cheesy consistency, a little saltiness. Then you've got turkey, which is, again, pretty good. Not dry, a little tartness from the cranberry, crunch from the onion on top. This is delicious, and actually, if you were between this and the Thanksgiving dinner in the American Adventure, I'd go with this, because it's different. This might make best of the fest.
And here we have the influencer stepping with light steps as she attempts to not spill her redemption alongside what looks to be a flight of some variety. She tarries forth, I believe, has seen us in the wilderness and the woods, believes she has located the correct table upon which to lay her goods. They must be shot with a camera so that she might capture what is known as B-roll. Look at her as she presents her prey, her allocated feeding, so that she might capture footage. She warms her hands, presents what is a spatula, that is a cooking implement, so that we might engage in cooking festivities later. And now she gathers B-roll. Amazing. As we approach, so we see the influencer continue their act of gathering up. She has spotted us, and we must act natural, remaining unmoving. And just like that, we have avoided detection much longer.
Stop by our final spot of the day, Holiday Sweets and Treats, where we picked up the Festive Flight featuring hot cocoa by Joffrey's, where we get to do a shot of each of these flavored hot cocos. From left to right, we've got the Christmas sugar cookie hot cocoa, the gingerbread hot cocoa, and the cookie butter hot cocoa. We also picked up the Carib Brewing Oh Christmas Tree IPA. This is also where we got, as Alan is lovely demonstrating, our Cookie Straw Redemption. Color me shocked when I did not get handed another cookie. We actually got what I think is a great prize, which is a spatula with a peanut butter M&M cookie recipe, and then they provided the M&Ms as well. So I actually love this because normally you get another cookie, and while that's great, it's not usually a great cookie. And, I mean, you've been eating cookies all day. It's nice to maybe not have another cookie and actually have something you can take home.
Best of the fest immediately. This tastes like a Christmas tree smells in the best way possible. It tastes like straight up pine, followed by like a peach pecan flavor with a little bit of orange and citrus. This is phenomenal. I would like to buy the entire stock of this, actually. Hi.
World's greatest angle.
We are definitely crouching.
I want to try the gingerbread hot cocoa.
I'm just going to pick one up and try it.
That's
this is the cookie butter. That was very sweet
Gingerbread is very sweet. Like, it tastes like they use gingerbread syrup. I was hoping it would be like really good hot cocoa, which Joffrey's does have a good hot chocolate, and then like gingerbread seasonings on it, but it tastes like they used gingerbread syrup, which made it, it had the gingerbread seasonings like ginger and nutmeg, but it's really, really sweet.
The cookie butter tasted a little like sugar cookie syrup mixed with like a vanilla syrup. That last one, which is the sugar cookie, just straight up tastes like it tastes the most like hot cocoa, but it just has.
Oh yeah, that one's the best, I think. This is fun. I think this would be really fun if you were a kid or you don't drink alcohol and you want to do a flight of some kind. A couple are a little too sweet for me, but I do think this is really fun.
We have found our way to the warmth of the land pavilion to ride Living with the Land, glimmering greenhouses. At the holiday season, the greenhouses of Living with the Land are completely covered in Christmas lights. It is gorgeous. It makes an attraction that's already one of the best, if not the best, in all of Walt Disney World even better as it is covered in Christmas lights. It's just, what a stunning way, a gorgeous way to ring in the holiday season. And we're going to go ride it. Now, normally you would not need a lightning lane to ride Living with the Land. This is a attraction that takes you on a journey of how we as humans have interacted with and used the land in terms of farming and the different technologies that have changed throughout the year. It's peak Epcot edutainment. But during the holiday season, when these greenhouses are glimmering with those holiday lights, you might want to get a lightning lane, especially if you want to see them, because this attraction does tend to get very popular this time of year.
Living with the Land glimmering greenhouses, I think, are even better this year. It seemed like they had even more lights, and I really liked the new jumping fish lights. But I can't help but wonder if the fish feel like the Griswolds' next door neighbors in Christmas Vacation when they turn the Christmas lights on.
All right, with that, there's really only one thing left to do. Well, a couple of things, but we're going to start with the best of the fest and the worst of the fest, not in that order.
Yeah, you got to start with the worst of the fest, then work your way up. Alan, worst of the fest, thing you would not order again.
The spiced shrimp stew with jollof rice.
That was not good.
The rice was, okay. The shrimp was not. Molly, what's yours?
I have a personal vendetta against all ciders after today.
A blanket statement against cider.
I'm coming for you. But, I didn't think it could get worse than the flight, and then the donut one happened. So
yeah, I have no regrets.
Also, I'm mad at the coffee cookie, but that was just because it was amazing last year and just very not good this year. But cider, you're on my list.
You've made the list, cider. For my best of the fest, I have the chocolate cinnamon crinkle cookie, the pork schnitzel, the gingerbread macaron, the Oh Christmas Tree IPA, the beef bourguignon, nice, and the sticky rice IPA. That's right, 2 IPAs. Molly, what's yours?
For my best of the fest, the pork from Hawaii, the tostada from Mexico, Linzer cookie, the holiday poutine, the maple cookie blonde ale, special shout out to the peppermint macaron ice cream sandwich from France, and of course, it would not be a festival without bowl of hot cheese.
It wouldn't.
And now the final thing to kiss goodnight on the festival today is go check out the Beacon of Light on Spaceship Earth. This is when they do the little light shows every 10 to 15 minutes, and there's a couple different varieties, but they add a special one during Festival of the Holidays where they use the music from Olaf's Frozen Adventure, and it's very sweet, nice
very
little way
cute
to end the day. Beautiful song. But we did notice on the walk over here that a new thing that they're doing is they're actually lighting up Spaceship Earth with the different holiday lights.
Light settings all night, so that way if you want to get a picture with Spaceship Earth lit up in a unique holiday lights setup, you can.
Yeah, I didn't notice them doing that in years past. But the whole walk up here, Spaceship Earth looks like a candy cane. And that's cute. That's nice for a good photo.
All right, well, I love the Frozen Holiday Special recognition here.
Yeah, I love When We're Together. It's a beautiful song, and I really think it for me is truly the meaning of the holidays, which is about being with people you love.
Yeah, but that brings us to an end of our video covering the International Festival of the Holidays.
Hopefully this video was fun to follow along if you're headed to EPCOT this time of year for some very merry fun. Sorry, that's at Magic Kingdom. For some Yuletide fun.
There we go.
Or if you're not, maybe you just enjoyed some holiday festivities on a warm and cozy couch. I hope you're warm and cozy.
We're not right now.
No, I'm
But,
so weak.
but until next time, friends, please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you are new, follow us on all of our socials, and come join us on Discord. We'd love to have you there. Links for all that are down below.
We've got lots of other holiday coverage both here at Walt Disney World and at Universal Orlando, so make sure you check that out. And in the meantime, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been delicious.
And cold. We're going to go now.
Except
Bye.
for you, cider.
No cider. Bad cider. Bad. Bad. You know what you did. It's time for the Food and Wine Festival.
I did not think you were starting.
I loved it. Da, 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 da. What a normal intro.
Okay,
It's time for the Food and Wine
Try it
Festival.
Start again.
It's time for the Food and Wine. Are you good?